Hi, you're listening to Everyday Superpower. You know what it is by now. The place where you can learn to read body language, understand non-verbal communication, such as whether somebody is lying to you, whether somebody is attracted to you, and of course the signals you put out in the world without even being consciously aware of it. Following these lessons, you will be able to essentially read minds and learn a real-life superpower. So feel free to click subscribe to keep in touch, and if you want a personalised video or if you want to inquire one-on-one, I would recommend you click the link in the bio to support me. Thank you. Now, let's get on to the lesson of today. So we're going to be looking at the clenched jaw. So individuals who may clench their jaw, whether it be over a long period of time or do so only momentarily in reaction to a particular stimuli, such as something you've said or a potential, a thought that's popped up in their head and so forth. So we can call this teeth clenching, and we can call it talking through the teeth. Alright, although I've never heard that in my life. That's also another way some people may put it, talking through the teeth. So the jaw is compressed and shut, right? The muscles of the face and the jaw can potentially be seen flexing. I would say more than likely the muscles of the side of the head will be seen more often, as you have to have a relatively low body fat to see the flexation of the jaw. Although you do see it, I'll tell you what, you see it with models a lot, because to be a model, a male model in particular, you have to have, relatively low body fat and a strong jaw. An aesthetically pleasing face comes with a nice strong bold jaw for a man. So you will see them tightening up their jaw, and in the process of doing so, the muscles at the side of the face will flex. Now, this signifies internal struggle and frustration, so disregard doing it for aesthetic purposes. We're talking about if this individual might not necessarily be aware they're doing it, so it might be on an unconscious basis. It signifies an internal struggle and frustration, okay? My apologies, it's been a long night. So, if you see this behaviour, you might need to start having a think as to whether it's you who is frustrating them or the concept you are discussing, or so on and so forth. Alright, it's a mouth blocking behaviour. So as we've discussed, when the mouth isn't loose, instead it's tight, and finding a means of closing up and concealing itself, it sort of may indicate that the individual doesn't want to talk, or actually wants you or whatever they're hearing to stop. Alright, because not only do these non-verbal signals represent what they themselves are thinking, it may also reflect on the individual whom they're communicating with. So let's say you're saying, oh yeah, you're in a group of three and you're speaking to someone about some girl, yeah, in a negative manner. Now, the third party in this group might have started dating that girl and you don't know about it, so you will see the second individual, the person whom you're speaking with, looking back at you with this tight, clenched jaw and tiny, closed up mouth, looking at you thinking, shut up. Alright? On a side note, this happens with the covering of the ears, the covering of the eyes, alright? Like the three monkeys, the blind monkey, the non-verbal monkey, and the deaf monkey. Alright, I don't know the history behind it, but it's a good way of illustrating it. So alongside that, we know it's closed body language, which is always a negative for the most part. So it's closed body language, it's not open, it's not receptive, it's not comfortable, it's closed up. Alright, they're blocking out, they're defensive, it's not great. Okay. Supposedly it may come from a primitive desire to bite, so it also comes from an aggressive standpoint, which I guess frustration may be a byproduct of some degree of aggression. I personally, I won't even get into that, but yeah, a primitive desire to bite, it's aggressive. Alright, clenched are like the fists, yeah. Some people may grind the teeth during the night, and this has a parallel with high-stress lifestyles. So I don't know if you've ever done it before, but I've done it on time to time. I've woke up with a really horrible feeling, Joe. And yeah, I can't tell you exactly whether I was having a high stress night or not, but sometimes I do go to bed with a lot on my plate and a lot in my mind, so it would be, you know, not a surprising occurrence if that was the case. Right, so just to bounce back, it may come through a hard wiring of the desire to bite. So if you were to approach somebody who wanted to bite you or had the desire to bite you due to the way the communication was going, would you look at them differently? I'm sure you would do. So you need to take non-verbal communication very seriously, okay? So that's about it for the clenched jaw. You can put it in the same field as the clenched hand with the exposure of the knuckles, and that's about it. So hopefully you've learned a little something today. Pay attention to it. I've done a video in the past regarding lip compression and the closing and hiding of the lips. I think the clenched jaw and the lip compression may sometimes go hand in hand, so it'd be worthwhile checking that video out to sort of clue yourself up on how to identify this negative mouth behaviour. And that's me signing out, so click like and subscribe, and if you want to have your own video on your own topic regarding your own situation, completely anonymous, given if that's what you want, click the link in my bio. Cheers, bye.